Hello, and welcome to Rain's Cryptids, Myths, and Folklore. I'm your host, Rain, and today we are going to learn what we can about this cryptid. So let's begin. Today we're going to talk about mermaids. Mermaids are cryptids that are found in the ocean and have a human-like upper body with a fish lower body. Of course, there are different variations, just like everything else. You know, cousins. Some are more bluish, some greenish, and even gray in color. I have heard recently of some being silver in color. It is possible it has to do with the area of where the mermaids live that gives them their color. There is a god from 7,000 years ago in Babylon who was depicted as a merman, thought to be the first one. Later, female goddesses appeared in Assyria around 100 BC. That bit of information you can decide if you trust the information, since man has muddled history. But throughout time, they have been reported, even still to this day. Of course, most have been from sailors. Even Blackbeard had marked certain parts of the sea as enchanted in his logbooks. He instructed his crews to stay clear of these waters for fear of mermaids and sirens. Christopher Columbus even was one to have reported seeing them. Humans like to make us believe we didn't see what we are seeing by telling us that it was just a dolphin or some other marine animal. But I believe this is just plain fear that we are not the superior beings of Earth. Even with the fake reports of these creatures, there are far too many real ones to just pretend they don't exist. And man has pretended long enough. There is a story of a fisherman that reported hearing and getting quick glimpses of possibly one. This is of recent times. He filmed the sound and encounters. It even followed the boat he was on back to their docking area. Then so-called official scientists showed up, and he stopped posting videos after they showed up. I'm sure eventually they will say it was faked, but I wouldn't believe that. Some of the videos would have been too hard and costly to fake. But herein again, man likes to muddle in things to steer you off course of the truth. But there are so many cultures that have them written in folklore, myths, and legends, which is where you can always find truths in them. Usually they are embellished to a certain degree, but there is always truth in it. Just to name a few places that have these folklores and such: the British, Brazil, Japan, Chinese, ancient Greece, and Africa, and there are many more. With only 5% of the ocean that has truly been explored, leaving 95% of the deep blue sea unexplored. So to say mermaids don't exist is just silly. From some of my research, they like to separate the mermaids by good and evil. I believe they live in some of those vast depths and will come to the surface from time to time. Some are described as gentle, mild, and beautiful. Others are dark, grotesque, and just pure evil. I also am not surprised that there are ones that will kill us. I mean, we got bears and other predator animals that will kill us as well. There is no supreme knowledge that says humans are off limits to the wilds of life and are not to be killed. I would consider the many different mermaids to be basically from different tribes, just like we have all the different tribes on land. In some areas, they believe if you eat a mermaid, you will be granted immortality. Personally, I believe that is just wrong. Also, it was said that some humans fell in love and married them, and some forced the mermaids to marry them. Some think if you see one, it's meant bad storms to come and impending doom. It's possible they knew the storm was coming because it would give them good cover for their adventure to the surface. You know, camouflage. A possible thought is the ones that only come up with storms is the sun is covered by clouds, so it makes it easy for them to come up, being from the depths. Like they have a light sensitivity. I don't think all of them have it, but some of the more deep-dwelling ones might. I believe they are very intelligent as well. I mean, they have eluded us supposedly superior humans for the most part. Well, only a few getting captured by those creepy officials that like doing science experiments on them. I find we are far more evil than most cryptids out there. Mermaids do have the best hiding spot you could be in, the ocean. I think maybe why some have been captured is because their curiosity got the best of them, which is how the meaner ones probably were able to get those sailors. Our curiosity got the better of us. I wonder if they have sonar abilities or just really good senses. Do they have fast healing abilities like the werewolf? Do they have cave homes or do they sleep? Do they mate for life? Do they find their mates like us by dating, or is it more like the werewolf and have special mates for them? How do they have babies? Honestly, we can't say for sure, and they may never want us to know, since we seem to be the cruel ones. I am still exploring this one, since they are just spotted one at the surface sometimes type of cryptid, which makes them harder to research. These cryptids are so unique, I do hope to have more answers one day. Most of the other cryptids I can piece together the lifestyle from sighting stories, and some from written history, after I have read between the lines, of course. But mermaids are still very mysterious. But the one thing is, they have been around for a very long time. And they are not stupid about us humans, as we tend to turn our backs on most of them, and our own nature selves. So if you are out on the ocean, beware of your surroundings, because you never know what you might see, but also be careful, since you never know which tribe of mermaids you will come upon. Please like and subscribe, share as well, and if you have a sighting that you would like to share, please email me. My email is in the descriptions below. All that I share on video will be done anonymously. Also, if you have a cryptid that you would like for me to do a video on, please leave a comment or email me. Now, it's time for Superstition for Thought. And today's thought is two mirrors facing each other. I don't know where this began. There is little information on it. Well, from a history standpoint anyways. It is believed that facing two mirrors can cause a portal. It's said that both good and evil can use the portal, but mostly evil likes to come into your home. This type of evil likes to cause nightmares, spiritual attacks, which can be mild to extreme. Some of the other reasons are imbalance. It can cause you to want out of the molded life you have, but feel like there is a force holding you down. Mirrors conduct energy. So when they are facing each other, the frequency becomes imbalanced and can affect your life. It can even cause your own vibration to vibrate on a lower frequency. Emptiness. When they are not reflecting anything, it's considered a sign of emptiness. Some believe that you will suffer a tragic event. This has nothing to do with the loss of life. More like finances, career, and business. Void of good things. Lack of motivation. It places a weight on your mind, preventing you from moving ahead in life. It takes away your strength to keep going. Lack of focus. Two mirrors are considered a sign of distraction, basically giving you too many options, causing you to lose motivation. Lack of sleep. You will not have a good night's sleep. You could have those sudden jerk awake as well. Negative energy. Like I said before, it can invite those negative energies, and they like messing with us since they do love despair. Now, I do wonder if this only pertains with the old mirrors, which were made differently than those of today. I am sure they still conduct energy, as all things do, but it could be of a different type. I have heard with the old mirrors that if you stare into one for too long, you end up switching places from your world to either a different dimension or maybe some evil realm. So don't face mirrors together, and if you do accidentally do it, fix it. Then cleanse the area so you don't invite something you don't want through. And that's what I have for this Superstition for Thought. Thank you for joining me for this cryptid journey. I hope you enjoyed, and we will see you next week.